What's up, world? I go by DJ Ollie Red, and you are now tuned in to the newest episode of the All Things House podcast. Tonight, got a very special guest, my boy, Ricky, aka DJ Sunset, from San Diego, music producer, house DJ, connoisseur.
Yeah.
What's up, bro? How you doing?
What's up? Doing
Good,
amazing.
man. How you doing? You doing good?
Doing awesome.
Good, man. Yo, I'm glad you're here. It's a long time coming. We've known each other 6-7 months now.
Yep.
I think I DJ'd your birthday party.
Yeah.
It's a birthday party, right?
Correct. Yeah.
All day event.
12 hours. 12 hours of madness. Yeah.
It was dope. It was dope, man. I had a good time, man. Good folks. Good folks.
Yeah. We had Memo Rex, Morpy,
Yeah, man.
O'Fair.
Yeah, man. It was a who's of DJs there, man. It was bananas. I think I DJed earlier in the day, and then went and had lunch and dinner, and then came back and the party was still going on.
Yep. It was 12 hours of madness.
It was lit, man. Dope. Awesome, man. So like I said in the beginning, DJing wise, production wise, what came first for you? DJing wise?
Yeah.
Was there any certain song or DJ that got you kind of inspired into the whole thing?
So my journey into DJing house music started in Santa Barbara, actually. We were throwing some amazing events, and we had a production company called Fest Vibes where we were just promoting, festival attire online.
Okay.
And we started promoting events, and then from there, I had just like the local DJs there were just really inspiring.
Okay.
And from there, I just started. Once throwing these events, I would just open up while everyone's setting up on the decks.
Yeah, that's how it starts, man.
And then once I got some practice opening up on the decks, I just got some more exposure, and then started playing our own shows
Doing
and
your own
started
thing, right?
doing our own thing.
What year was it? Do you remember what year it was?
This is about 4 years ago.
4 years ago. So
yeah.
about 4 years DJing.
Yeah.
Dope. That's dope. And then so how did that transfer down from Santa Barbara to San Diego?
Yeah, so I'm actually from San Diego.
Okay.
And I've always wanted to make my way down here. I traveled. I love San Diego. I think it's the best city.
Beautiful, man.
So I had to go around, venture, check out the other spots. And after going around, I realized, San Diego is a place to be.
Where it's at, right?
Yeah, and then Santa Barbara was cool. We went from underground parties to actually throwing down 3-story clubs.
Bigger events. Huh?
Bigger, huge events. We'd throw these 3-story parties at a club, and we kind of just kept doing that thing. But I knew Santa Barbara was a little bit smaller town, so I wanted a bigger reach. And so I came down to San Diego, and from there, I've just been doing some amazing shows down here. And
yeah, man, definitely, for sure. So the difference that you see in the Santa Barbara scene, actually twofold.
Okay.
The Santa Barbara scene and here.
Yes.
Music-wise.
Yeah.
Do you see a difference, or do you see the same type of house music, or is it more techno there, or is it more top 40-ish? Like how's the scene there?
Yeah, so in Santa Barbara it was a little bit more techie. The scene's more underground. It was we were throwing these mountain parties and top of the mountains, sunrise sets. And so everything was like a lot underground. But once we started getting into clubs, that's where my progressive, deep tech would come in.
Okay.
More than their minimal. SB's a little bit more minimal, I would say.
Yeah.
So yeah, in San Diego, there's more people. It's more of a party environment.
Yeah.
Where you'd see the music is just a little bit, it's deeper.
Deeper there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I find as though, I party or go on DJ in Pacific Beach. I go to other venues, downtown, San Diego, Hillcrest, all that, the whole circle, So I've been going down to Mexico. And down there, it's more minimal, more deep. But then if I have an event down there and then come back up here, that's a whole nother playlist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I see it's the same type of vibe from Santa Barbara kind of to hear, you know.
Yeah, it's just bigger in San Diego, so you got to have like just bigger.
Bigger music, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's dope. That's dope. So production wise, music production wise, do you have anything? First, we'll start there. How did you stumble on that? Because I know you said that opening up DJing, throwing events and opening up things, and then kind of progress from there. Music production wise, how did that start and kind of where you're at now?
Yeah, so I was in Santa Barbara throwing a bunch of events, and then we'd go to festivals. And when we were at some festivals, we'd have really good camp setups. And it was actually at a festival in Santa Barbara called Lucidity.
Okay.
I met a producer, and we just kicked it off. We were just doing live performances at the campsite. And then from there, kind of just got some good ideas from the festival. And I had the new songs in my head.
Yeah.
And so I brought it to my friend. His name is Mitchie Mills, awesome producer. Brought it to him, and then we sat down, and pretty much we just sat down together and made a track on Ableton, and the whole time I was just kind of absorbing it like a sponge. And then from there, I just kind of like started making my own tracks.
Definitely. That's how I've kind of stumbled upon it too. With the production thing, I know what I want to hear. I know how I like to hear it, but it's just putting the pen to the pad. You know what I mean? And then that's good that you found someone that can kind of put it down for you. Take it out.
Yeah, it took like just seeing how he would take my ideas into it, and then after just spending countless hours making songs, I kind of just picked it up myself.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. So the other day was like this is going to be posted later on, but at this time you guys did a party. How was that? Pretty dope.
Yeah, we've been to.
Opener?
Yeah, I DJ. It was a quick opening for my boy Anzo, who's an amazing performer. He actually played at the 12 Hours of Madness as well.
There you go.
Yeah, it was awesome. Avenue. That's just coming into San Diego. That was the first bar that club, in PB that was taking other DJs rather than the local DJs. So they've been bringing in new guys, and they brought me in. I showed them some videos of what I did in Santa Barbara. They brought me in, and we've been throwing some amazing events in Avenue. We actually packed out like the last 2 events that we threw down. Sold out like most bar sales. And just like crazy lines. And it's just, I think it comes down to just, like in Santa Barbara, and I'm sure the music is really minimal, and it's like it's good to groove down, but when you're playing at a club like in PB and Avenue, you want to play some house, but you also want to play some stuff that people can get it started, get them like nostalgic, remixes, but as well also just adding a lot of like instrumentals, a lot of vocals. That's the kind of stuff that just gets people like
get them going, right?
Yeah.
So you're one half of a group, right?
Yeah. So so we have a group, and it's called Happening Times.
Okay.
And it's between me and my friend Conrad Schmidt. He goes by Schmidt Happens.
Okay. Schmidt Happens.
Yeah. So we met in Santa Cruz, and he was already like, when I met him, he was already notorious for selling out bars all over Santa Cruz. And then I went to Santa Barbara, and we were selling out, packing out bars there. And so I told him, I'm like, hey, let's go to San Diego. It's a bigger, like we can get way more, just bigger audience, bigger everything. So I moved down here, got into places, and then he came down.
Apology. Okay.
Came down. It's hard to convince Santa Cruz is a cool place.
Yeah.
But he came down, and we just been throwing some amazing events. Like I said, Avenue was like the first place that took us, but after Avenue, we just been doing some really something about San Diego. We like to say bougie. We've been throwing like mansion parties, downtown rooftop parties, beach parties, like houses like right on the beach. It's just a lot of people are just trying to have a good time, and we just provide just really good music that people love to dance to,
Definitely. Now for the upcoming parties, like the beach parties and the lofts and the mansions, which are big time. That's big time right there. Do you have anything scheduled or possibly scheduled for 2020?
Yeah. So the biggest thing that I'm working on right now, which is, this is like, it's pretty big, my thing's always like do things that other people don't, kind of like for Avenue. One of the things that we did at Avenue was we brought a CO2 gun.
Okay.
And we were just spraying this giant CO2 gun and it was awesome. So, what we're working on right now, it's really amazing. It's called Skyfest, and we're actually throwing a mini festival at a drop zone in Lake Elsinore, where everyone's going to go skydiving, and then once the last plane lands, just straight party. All night. And we have a bunch of DJs and all the DJs are gonna go skydiving for free. Yeah.
That sounds sick, man. that's something that one I've never heard of anybody like a skydive party.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Skydive.
So, and then to have the party afterwards.
Adrenaline. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Definitely. So and we're just following the same concept, and like I said, like what got me into DJing, was like we were throwing these events and festivals, right? And what festivals are about is just like connecting people, bringing ideas, and my favorite festivals are like transformation festivals where you have, yoga and workshops, and we're gonna be doing the same thing. So during the daytime, it's gonna be yoga workshops, like minimal house tech, just kind of like really groovy things, and then throughout the day while people are jumping off the planes, especially people who haven't jumped off before, I'm sure they're going to be nervous. So just keep them like really calm, really relaxed. And then as soon as that last plane, lands like around 5, that's when we're just going to bring out the, the progressive deep tech, like all that, that let's get the party going, and everyone's going to be high on adrenaline. So it'll be awesome.
You mentioned the yoga thing, right?
Yeah.
I follow you guys on Instagram.
Okay.
And, one thing I do see you guys, besides amazing parties and amazing music, is the whole mind-body thing.
Yeah.
You want to explain how that intertwines with, house music, or how you guys started with that?
100%. So, everything that we see, everything's kind of, a lot of it's in your head.
Yeah.
And so we like to do, things that are good for the mind and body and soul, because they're all intertwined. And so we like, yoga, meditating, and I believe it goes with house, because house has that effect, that's like heartbeat, kind of hypnotizing, tranquil thing, where it can just get you into a mood and just get you feel really grateful, and that's just how we feel, and when you mix the two together, they just go hand in hand.
Perfect, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Just like you said, the house music, or that the way that bass hits, that 4 to the floor hits, that's, I feel as though that's our heartbeat. You know what I mean? And then once we can get in tune with the music, plus the mind, body, soul thing, magic.
Yeah, I've had the one. I'll actually tell you this. Yeah. So I was in Santa Barbara. I was while we were setting up. I was playing in the clubs, and then I started playing, getting some time in at the mountain parties. But what really set me off, what really had me believe that I had something special, at least in the DJ scene, was I did an event. I went to Lightning in a Bottle, and somehow, this was like 2 years ago, or this is 3 years ago. I ended up throwing a set at not a Renegade, but it was actually a stage in Lightning in a Bottle. In between the two main stages, it's called the Bottle. It was like a house, and I met a guy, and he saw the flash drive on my neck, and he's like, "Hey, you mix?" And I was like, "Yeah." We ended up kicking it off, and he ends up bringing me through this maze, and there's these decks. He's like, "You know how to use these?" And I was like, "Yeah, definitely." He's like, "All right, I trust you," and he just leaves.
Yeah. And
I plug in, and it's this, awesome venue. I plug in, and I end up playing a 12-hour set for everyone. And it's just something like magical how like I can do that, because I don't think I'd be able to do that without music.
Yeah, for sure.
Just like that. Just I can get on decks and just play for hours and just get lost.
Yep.
And I feel like that's the same thing with meditating, yoga, and all that stuff. Just like you can just get lost. And it's something that it's more than, I think it's more than, it goes outside of your body. It's like in the spirit. So
spirit definitely is. I feel as though once one person, I think everybody is supposed to be great at something.
Yeah.
Now depends on how they tap into that greatness. Some people find it, some people they don't. That's his life.
Yeah. But
when you find that one thing, that one gift, I think you should expand on it.
Yeah.
You know what 100%. I mean? And if that one gift expands off into branches off to other things, I mean, you're batting 1,000% right there, you know?
Yeah.
That's the great thing about house music. I've been around people that normally I wouldn't be around.
Yeah.
Just because our lives are nowhere, they wouldn't be matching it, you know? But is that one thing, the house music, that brings us all together?
Yeah. 100%. And, you know, we did an event in PB in like on a beach house, and it was like facing the ocean, and there's a boardwalk in the middle, and people were like, or you know, random people, they just were crossing the boardwalk, but they're like in the party, you know, and everyone that went through just could not resist
to stop.
To stop. Something about house music, you know, it doesn't matter how old you are, the age, race, anything. It's just like the same beat as your heart, and it has, and everyone likes it, you know. It's just like a universal frequency that I vibe to, and whoever is lucky enough to stumble upon it, you know, vibes onto it, and that's what I think. Everyone likes house, just most, you know, that's what and there's you know, there's so many different genres too, but like like house is just so, you know, it's just something that you can't resist.
So last question, right? If you had anywhere to play, in any genre of house music or subgenre of house music, where would it be at?
So you know, I love traveling.
Okay.
And I really want to play. I really want to play and do a trip to Europe, you know, and get in there. And I know Europe, they play a lot of like minimal, like that's their thing. But I want to get in there and bring like our California style party, upbeat, more like raw, like instrumentals with vocals to that scene, and just have them just go unwind and just get, you know, dance. See these European. That's man.
Awesome, brother. Yo, thank you for coming. Do you have anything to plug? Do you want to plug your IG? Do you want to plug your Facebook? You want to plug the homies IG? Whatever you want to do, man. This is your time.
Yeah. So my IG, my Ricky_Haynes.
Okay.
And under there you'll see DJ Sunset. You can find me on SoundCloud, DJ Sunset. And and then I'm working on some music right now as we speak. Still haven't released anything on Spotify, waiting to get like at least 5 tracks on there.
Okay.
But you'll see me on there, DJ Sunset. And I'll give you a little story. The reason I go by Sunset
for sure
is you know, like I said, I love festivals. Like that's my steez. It's just, you know, connecting. We're social humans, so I love connecting, and music, all that stuff. It's all in there. And so I go by DJ Sunset because when you go to a festival, and hopefully I get to the point where you won't have to look at the lineup. You'll just know that I'm coming on at sunset.
That's dope. That's fire, bro. That's fire. All right, but once again, I want to thank you for coming. I know that, you know, everybody's schedule is busy, but definitely thank you for coming, bro.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So now, interview's over. Let's go to the decks.
Let's do it.
Red Light Therapy. Let's go.
All
right. Bye.
Nice.
Thank you, man.
That's awesome.
Riders on the storm, riders on the storm. Into this house we're born, into this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone, an actor all alone. Riders on the storm. There's a killer on the road. His brain is squirming like a toad. Take a long holiday and let your children play. If you give this man a ride, sweet family will die. Killer on the road, yeah. And you're always on my side. And you're always on.
the beat, to 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 the beat. Now wait a minute, let me tell you something. Now wait a minute, let me tell you something. Beat to the beat. Now wait a minute, let me tell you something. Now wait a minute, let me tell you something. My homies, we look, everybody wanna go different ways. Everybody wanna have different tastes. But we always throw our food in the waste. Same style, but they looking the same. Right click boy and copy and paste. Same person, but two different face. Now wait a minute, why these homies so fake? Why they showing me love? Why they saying I'm great? Why they secretly hoping for me to crash and break? Waiting for me to crumble like a flake. Making sure the moves I make is a mistake. Well, I don't stop for nobody, I don't do breaks. Accelerating through life cause I'm ever taking any Gary looking at snakes.